àpò yẹn ẹ lọ wá àpò tó ní ẹyin àbí edé ẹ o ti gbàlejò pápá kan tó bá fẹ́ gbàlejò máa wá ẹ̀mí service sàláàdì kíni jollof ó lè jẹ rẹ́ẹ̀sì ẹ̀ tó máa jẹ má ṣe jollof dín ata yìí kò dín edé sínú àti àpò tó ní ẹyin inú dáadáa kò gbàlejò wọn fún oúnjẹ wọn tó má fẹ́ jẹ̀wà epo náà ni tó má fẹ́ jẹ̀wà àwọn lè lo ṣíbí ọwọ́ ni epo àti epo. Èmi nǹkan tèmi rí ni pé ẹ̀mí gbogbo ìyàwó tí pàpá lè kọ ẹnu sí obìnrin tí pàpá lè kọ ẹnu sí tóun máa fẹ́ tí ẹ̀mí ò bá darí wọn lè déwájú obìnrin yẹn o pàpá kì í ṣe ẹni tẹ́ pé wọ́n rí eléyìí wọ́n rí obìnrin yẹn pé wá kiri kan pàpá kì í ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ pàpá mi mo máa ń sọ fún wa pé ká wá lé obìnrin kúrò lọ́dọ̀ mi pàpá máa ń sọ pé ká wá lé obìnrin kúrò lọ́dọ̀ mi pé wàhálà obìnrin kò ká wá lè mo á rò lọ́kùn mi pé nǹkan tí ẹ̀mí bá sọ fún wọn kó ṣe nípa obìnrin nípa ìyàwó fífẹ́ wọ́n máa ń ṣe gbogbo ìyàwó tó ń fẹ́ kì í ṣe pé wọ́n kàn ń déédéé fẹ́ ìyàwó ó ṣe wù wọn mo tèmi mọ̀ pé ẹ̀mí ló ń darí nípa ọ̀rọ̀ ìyàwó fífẹ́ kì í ṣe pé.
Kátàwọn èèyàn ló máa ń sọ ló máa wò báyìí gúúpù tó wà lórí fóònù mi púpọ̀ oríṣiríṣi gúúpù ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ oríṣiríṣi náà lórí gbàgbé ọ̀rọ̀ bàbá báyìí wọn bí mi rè kì í tẹ̀ dáhùn bẹ́ẹ̀ pé ìmọ̀ràn bàbá rí torí irọ́ ti pọ̀ jù àwọn ẹlòmíì àwọn olùṣọ́ àgùntàn míì wọn ni wọ́n ń kọ́pì bàbá pé kó máa fẹ́ yàwó bàbá ò ṣẹ́rí bàbá tó bá fún èèyàn kan ní 200 naira bó ṣe máa fún gbogbo èèyàn nìyẹn bó bá ṣe nǹkan fún èèyàn kan á ṣe ń gbogbo èèyàn wọn kì í ṣètèèyàn wọn kì í ṣètèèyàn pé bóyá wọn bàbá láìkèèyàn kan wọn láìkèèyàn kan kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ààrẹ olùṣọ́ àgùntàn mí nìsín tó wọn máa fẹ́ ìyàwó mi wàhálà máa dé wọn á fi ìbílẹ̀ àbí kó máa fẹ́ ìyàwó lé ìyàwó wọn máa ń bójú tó wá ní bàbá làwọn fi jọ kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀ o mo lè máa ń gbọ́ táwọn èèyàn máa ń sọ pé àwọn ìyàwó bàbá àwọn ìyàwó tó fún wọn yẹn pé àwọn bàbá wọn ló gbóhùn wá àwọn òbí yẹn kan ló kàn wá àbí àwọn kan tó yàwó èrè kò jọ bàbá fún rẹ̀ ó ní tèsì èrò pé bóyá èèyàn kan lè fún wọn ní ìyàwó tó máa gbà wò mi ò tí ì rí o èèyàn mi ò tí ì rí èèyàn kan tó mọ̀ lè náwó sí báyìí pé bóyá èèyàn kan ló mú wá o mi ò tí ì rí wọ́n tẹ̀sẹ̀ darúgbó tó ti tán fi lọ báyìí tó fi wálẹ̀ àwọn obìnrin ṣì ń bẹ̀ wọ́n báwọn máa fẹ́ jórúkọ wọn ìgbà míì a máa ń jowú gbogbo wa a máa ń jowú dáadáa bàbá ní ẹ̀ máa jowú mbẹ̀ yẹn wọn ò ní táìmù tí wọn ò fẹ́ yàwó mọ́ àwọn ẹlòmíì tó bá wa bàbá máa tó bàbá bá fẹ́ bá wa ṣeré á ní ẹ̀wò ṣe bí ẹ̀yìn lẹ́yìn jowú tó bá di alẹ́ wa wò mí òun máa náwó sí wọn pé ẹ̀wò gbogbo alẹ́ yóò fẹ́ bàbá ni àtẹ̀mọ àwọn ẹlòmíì tó tọ́ gbogbo wọn máa ní ẹwà wò wọn ẹwọ fẹfẹ bàbá ni wọn dẹ pọ ẹlòmí bàbá máa lọ fẹjọ́ ọmọ tẹmọ gáì kan báyìí bàbá fẹ ó yà wà láyé mi ò ní sí mi ò lè sọ tó wà máa gbọ́ fídíò yìí wàá mú ti mọ rẹ bàbá máa lọ pé àwọn òbí ẹ ó lẹ́gbọ́n kan forúkọ ẹni gbọ ẹni láṣẹ kó wá mú àbúrò ẹ olùdí sọkò wọn mú un títí òun ò kó gbà ó àti bàbá fẹ́ fi wálẹ̀ lọ wọ́n sọ fún wa ọkàn wa balẹ̀ nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ pé àtẹ̀mọ̀ kan fẹ́ lọ wọ́n máa sọ oríṣiríṣi ọ̀rọ̀ fún wa ó pè wá lẹ́yìn ọ̀pọ̀kan lọ́tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ tí bàbá bá sọ fún wa máa sọ fúnra wa a máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ fún ara wa bàbá máa bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ pé ẹ ó ní ẹni tó ń sọ fún láàárín wa pé à kí ló fẹ́ sọ fún mi kí n ṣe fún ẹ ìyẹn ní gbogbo nǹkan tí ọkọ̀ tó lọ kí lòun fẹ́ tí mọ́tò ní tó pọ̀ ní àbí ilẹ̀ ni mo máa fẹ́ ní ilé pọ̀ kọ̀ọ̀kan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn wọ́n pè mí gan ní nǹkan tó sọ fún mi wọ́n bi mí léèrè ẹ̀wọ̀n bẹ́ẹ̀ wọn gan wò pé mi tẹ̀rù ikú sí wọn náà torí wọn síkì kò sí kankan tó ṣe wọn ó ti lọ tán ká tó wà mọ̀ pé gbogbo nǹkan tó ń ṣe yẹn pé torí bó ti fẹ́ lọ láàrin wa yìí wọ́n fi ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ó gbàdúrà ó gbàdúrà fún àwọn ọmọ ìgbà tó máa lọ wọ́n máa ń gbàdúrà fún àwọn ọmọ wọ́n máa ń gbàdúrà fún ọmọ wọ́n lè ń gbàdúrà lórí Celestia gbogbo wàhálà tó wà ní Celestia nǹkan tẹ́ ìlú fi gbàdúrà bàbá fún rẹ̀ ti mọ̀ kó tó lọ. bá kọ́ àwọn ilé sílẹ̀ pé ìyá ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ àwọn ọmọ ilé náà tí bàbá kọ́ sílẹ̀ wọ́n kọ́ àwọn èèyàn síbẹ̀ lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́ púpọ̀ náà wọ́n parí ẹ̀ kó tó tó gbà yẹn àwọn ọmọ tẹ̀ kéré ń gbà yẹn àwọn ọmọ wa ó kéré kò sí kankan tó lè dá ṣe ó fẹ́ẹ̀ tó bí 20 years kí àwọn ọmọ yẹn ẹlòmíì tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí náà máa ṣe àtúnṣe àwọn ilé yẹn díẹ̀díẹ̀ àwọn ilé tó yẹ kó ti pẹ́ ńlẹ̀ owó tó ń rí bẹ̀ wọ́n fi tún ṣe pé àwọn ọ̀dẹ̀mọ̀ ń ṣe dáadáa ni ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n ń try wọ́n bí develop àbí kílẹ̀ ń pè wọ́n máa ń tún ṣe ó lè ṣe ń tún àwọn ilé yẹn ṣe díẹ̀díẹ̀ báyìí kò sí kárí bí Celestia ṣe tóbi tó tí Pápá Ọ̀ṣọ́fà fi láìkí ọmọ wọn pápá wọ́n ní àwọn ọmọ òjò làwọn ọmọ táwọn àwa ìyàwó àwọn ẹ̀gbọ́n àwọn ọmọ táwọn bí àkúrò àtẹ̀tí rí èèyàn kọ̀ọ̀kan tó ṣe bí ọmọ púpọ̀ bíyà díẹ̀ a rí àwọn kọ̀ọ̀kan báyìí nígbà tí àgbàdo pọ̀ lẹ́ tí ẹ̀díẹ̀ ṣà díẹ̀díẹ̀ lára rẹ̀ bàbá dẹ̀ tí wàá kọ́ ọmọ yẹn tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ wọn gbójú lógún wọn fi ara sí ogún wọn mánéjì lórí bàbá ti fi kọ́ wọn fi ojú wọn sí owó pé wọ́n ṣe ojú kòkòrò bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n mánéjì sẹ́wọ̀n ọmọ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ yẹn ṣe kéré tó nísìn àwọn ọmọ máa jáde school kò ní síṣẹ́ ó yẹ kí kọ́mítì kan wà ó ti létí o ó ti létí o 35 la fẹ́ ṣe kíní ẹ̀ ti wọ́ láti máa bẹ̀ wá wò nílé bàbá dá kọ́mítì kan lẹ̀ mo forúkọ bọ̀ wọ́n láṣẹ pé wọ́n lè máa bójútó ilé àwọn ní bí gbogbo wọn ṣe ń lọ sọ fún wa kó tó rí kí wọ́n lọ ṣé àwọn yẹn kàn lẹ́kùn lé wa rí ṣá pèrè pé bá lè ṣe gbé bẹ̀yẹn kí bó ṣe wáyé ọmọdé ni ẹ̀rọ ṣùgbọ́n tó bá ní àgbàlagbà tó súnmọ́ ẹ̀ tó kó ọmọdé ò kí mọ̀ gbogbo nǹkan ó súnmọ́ ẹ̀ pé àbáwò ló ṣe ń ṣe báwo ló ṣe fẹ́ ṣe ọ̀nà ló fẹ́ gbà àgbàlagbà ló máa sọ fún pé ọ̀nà yóò dá o báyìí ni kò ṣe gbà o báyìí ni kò ṣe gbà bí ìjọ ṣe tó ètò kò ṣe gbọ́ ó jẹ́ ṣe sọ àwọn tó ké ń fẹjú mọ́ àwọn tẹ̀yìn tó lè súnmọ́ wa kó má bàa súnmọ́ wa á sòótọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ a dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run àkọọ́lẹ̀ ti dúró Ọlọ́run ń pa
a dúpẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run ìjọ náà pàpà ó ṣe èyí tó lè ṣe ìjọ náà ó ṣe èyí tó lè ṣe àwọn àgbàgbà ló ń ṣe èyí tó lè ṣe ṣùgbọ́n ká dúpẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run pé Ọlọ́run gbogbo ó ṣe èyí tó lè ṣe wọ́n fi wálẹ̀ kò dàbí sísílẹ̀ kò dẹ̀ dàbí pé títọ́jú ṣùgbọ́n àwa láàrin méjì a dúpẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run Ọlọ́run ṣe àná ẹ mọ̀ pé bàtí bàbá wà láyé tẹ́lẹ̀ a ní ṣọ́ọ̀bù àdẹ̀ ń tajà síbẹ̀ tí pápá yẹn pápá ò kí ń wò pé bóyá ẹ ń tajà mi ò ní fún yín lówó ìgbà míì àágbàdo oúnjẹ sọ́dọ̀ pápá pátápátá pápá dẹ̀ máa kà á tẹ́ pé mélòó kan ni a kò gbogbo ẹ̀ fún wa ẹ̀ ń tajà o ẹ̀ tajà o kò sí ètò kan ṣùgbọ́n ìsinyìí ó le bí ojú ẹja ṣùgbọ́n Ọlọ́run wá sọ gbogbo ẹ̀ di ẹ̀rọ fún wa nípa òwò sí Ọlọ́run a dúpẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run. ṣé ẹ rí wọ́n ní bàbá fẹ́yàwó púpọ̀ àti rí àwọn èèyàn ayé tàwa nísìnyí tó yẹ pé ìyàwó méjì kò lè dúró léwu ṣùgbọ́n bàbá ní ẹ̀mí àti ìwà tó fi ń tolé bí wọ́n ṣe fẹ́ yàwó púpọ̀ ìyàwó ò rẹ̀ pọ̀ náà wọ́n bá yàwó tó ń fẹ́ náà wọ́n jọ rẹ́ títí dèní eyín àtàwọn kò lè ṣe má jà kò lè ṣe kó má jà ṣùgbọ́n kì í ṣe bíi pé kéèyàn kájà bíi pé ìjà ìwádìí ikùn mí ńlẹ̀ tó yẹ pé kíní ìgbà yìí pàpà ti fi wá ṣọ̀kan àdẹ̀wà ní ọ̀kan yẹn títí dèní tí ẹnìkejì bá fẹsẹ̀ gba ẹnìkejì á ní pẹ̀lẹ́ ní alẹ́ tó alẹ́ bá pẹ̀lẹ́ so gba àsìkò pàpà láti àjàṣẹ títí dé ní báyìí ìrẹ́pọ̀ oúnjẹ ṣáàtì kan náà ló ti ń jẹ ló ti jẹ nínú omi kan náà ló ti ń mu tó jẹ́ pé kò sí ìyàtọ̀ kò sí pé lágbájá ń ṣe tiẹ̀ lọ́tọ̀ tàmàbí ń ṣe tiẹ̀ lọ́tọ̀ náà ìrẹ́pọ̀ là wà nílé Ọ̀ṣọ́fà ìrẹ́pọ̀ náà tó wà títí dé.
Èkejì ni wọn lè gbẹ́jọ́ wá sí kí bàbá kọ́ sáré dájọ́ yìí wọn mọ bí wọn kì í ṣe wọn kì í gbéraga wọn kì í pàṣẹ bí láti pé èmi ni mo wà ń bẹ̀ ẹni gbọ́ tí bàbá ẹni sọ pé èmi ni bàbá ní èkejì mi ọ̀rẹ́ mi ìyá mi kẹ́ tó kí bàbá láti tẹ̀rí bàbá yìí wọ́n bá ìgbà mi ó máa wù wọ́n jáde lọ wọ́n á gbé mọ́tò aníkẹ́sì ojú gbé àwọn bàbá máa kó nílé tí lọ sẹ́kọ̀ọ́ wọ́n lọ sẹ́kọ̀ọ́ wọ́n lọ sí kíní wọ́n lọ sẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ìlú tèrò wọ́n ní àwọn fẹ́ ra epo tó fáyìn wọ́n ní kó lọ rà wá má kàn ra nǹkan náà wá ìgbà owó kọ́ jáde lọ ìgbà míì wọ́n lè rọ Badagry lọ ra àwọn nǹkan kékeré wọ́n á tún padà wálé ìgbà míì bàbá òun ọ̀tẹ̀ gbéra wọn bí pásọ gẹ́gẹ́ wọ́n máa ṣe kiri mo máa ń wo àwọn ẹlòmíì olùṣọ́ àgùntàn mi ní sí títí ṣùgbọ́n tí ìbá àwọn ẹlòmíì ẹni máa ń pa mí ni pé ilé ayé ìṣàmọ́dúpẹ́ pé èmi gan gbogbo ilé ìṣojú ẹ̀mí máa gbéraga máa ṣe kiri máa ṣe gbéragbéra àwọn olùṣọ́ àgùntàn mi tí wọ́n ń ju olùdásílẹ̀ lọ wọ́n bá rí ọgbọ̀n wọn ní fẹ́ kíyàn wọ́n máa gbéraga wọ́n máa kọ́ wò pé kẹ́ kí àwọn náà kẹ́ bàbá kẹ́ tó kí bàbá bá ti kọ́kọ́ kí yín náà wọ́n ṣe máa ń ṣe pẹ̀lú àwọn èèyàn nìyí wọ́n máa fàyàn mọ́ra wọ́n bá rí ọmọ ìjọ wọn kan àbí wọ́n bá gbọ́ pé kọ̀ọ̀kan ń ṣe ọmọ ìjọ wọn á lọ sí ilé wọn wọ́n lọ gbàdúrà fún wọn èèyàn mẹ́rin ló lè ṣe irú ẹ̀ sí mo ya àwọn àgbààgbà ìjọ tí bàbá lọ léwọn lọ gbàdúrà sínú léwọn fún wọn bẹ́ẹ̀ gbogbo àwọn ọmọ Celestial kàkà àwọn onígbéraga mọ̀ rẹ̀ wọ́n mọ̀ pé ilé àìta wa yìí àmú kọ̀ọ̀kan wá jọ́ ká bá máa kó wà nínú kọ̀ọ̀kan wọ́n jọ kó rántí pé ibì kan pọ̀ lọ́jọ́ iwájú tó gbogbo a máa péjọ mo lè má gbọ́ tẹnìkejì o ẹnìkejì ló má gbọ́ tẹnì wọ́n kó jọ kó sáré kó má ba ìjọ yìí jẹ́ ìwọ̀sọkúsọ ìgbéraga ìwà àká ló lè mú mi kò ságbà ìjọ yóò rí báyìí tẹ́lẹ̀ wọ́n ti báyìí láti respect kí oríkàlùkù dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé kó rántí ọjọ́ tó ń wọ̀ Celestial àtẹni tí ìṣòro mú wọ̀ àtẹni tó yẹ kó kàn rí òkun wọn ni wọ́n ti pé Ọlọ́run ló ní ìjọ ẹ̀mí rẹ̀ ni torí pé àánú ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ èèyàn máa ń ṣe wọ́n kàn máa tẹ̀lé gbàṣù wọ́n kàn máa sọ̀rọ̀ gàgà Facebook tó wáyé oríkàlùkù máa sọ̀sọ̀kúsọ máa gbé ẹrù ẹlẹ́rù lórí ohun tí ò ṣe tiwọn tí ẹ wà ní òtí ìgbé tán wọ́n máa gbé ẹ̀rọ èmi ni mo mọ èmi ni mo tó ó ṣọ́ ara ó tó olúkàlùkù á lè padà sí ayé ẹ̀ ó sórí olùkó tọrọ ohun tó dára látọ̀dọ̀ Ọlọ́run á dà Ọlọ́run á bùkún fún òkú àjùbá ẹ̀ ohun tó olúkàlùkù á dẹ̀ ń fẹ́ àrígbà olúkàlùkù ṣọ́ ààrẹ kó wọ ọjọ́ tó ń wọ ọjọ́ kó rántí pé kí ló mú mi wò kó jẹ́ wàá máa wò pé ibo ni mo tẹ̀ sí pọ̀ náà àbí ibo ni mo wà ibo ni mo ń lọ oníkálukú máa wo orúkọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ó lè dára fún mi agbèrò ẹlẹ́rù o kò sẹ́nibọ́dí tó wà ń bẹ̀ ọjọ́ tí ọlọ́run bàbá níṣẹ́ ká tẹ̀ ní pé irọ́ ni ká ní pé irọ́ ni bàbá ọ̀ṣọ́ bá pa gbogbo á ti rí ká ní pé tòótọ́ ni gbogbo àti rí ọlọ́run á jẹ́ kó dára fún gbogbo àjùbá yìí.
Oshofa. The church that was given to him. So he knew the value of the mission that God has called him to do. And he loved his family. He even prepared them for a time when he will not be around with them. Just at the word of Jesus, that I will not leave you fatherless. Indeed, he has not left the celestial church fatherless. He has not left the Oshofa family fatherless. Many people talk about this many wives. You hear from our mother, Odite Oshofa, who said that she believed that the wives that Papa married was strictly by the injunction of the Holy Spirit, that he will not do anything. Papa will not do anything outside the Holy Spirit. I will follow God's injunction. He will follow what God said he should do. There's still some videos we have to see, because I'm sure while at the beginning you saw the preview, you saw our sister in Germany, you saw the children talking. There's still a lot of videos. There's a lot of things for us to learn. But I just wanted to pause on that for a while and drink it in and ponder over it and ask yourself, what kind of person you want to be? How do you want to be remembered? How are you running this race? Are you running on hearsay, or you are running as one that acts and hears to listen to what the Spirit has got to say? We've seen Papa Shofa, the one who God used to do many miracles. Even going to Roe Park, he was talking about those who have come to him, those who are looking unto him, that God will heal them through him as his own people, even asking his family to wait behind. That this even is to get in first. I want you on me, my people. That's how I call them. I've really enjoyed it, and I hope you have too. Now, if you have not been following what they've been saying, or maybe at the beginning the video was breaking, I've got news for you. This video will be uploaded onto our YouTube channel, onto all our various social media handles, so that we can all even watch it a second time. And we'll make every effort to make sure that our English-speaking audience are not in any way, shape, or form left out. This is coming to you from the platform of Greater Tomorrow Group, Billy Woshofa Legacy Team, for us to look again into the man whom God gave as an answer to the problem of the world, Reverend S.B.J. Oshofa Akondaida, a distinct man, an Englishman. We've heard from Odita Oshofa, we've heard from our mother Ellen Oshofa. There are still many more that we're going to listen to. Our technical team are just getting ready. Just brace yourself. We will not show everything tonight. We'll show a few more. And on Friday night, we'll conclude. Then we'll all have a short discussion of how we see our father, Reverend Samuel Biliu Joseph Oshofa. The man who loved his family, the man who loved the church. The man who even prepared his family for his demise. Thank you. Odette Oshofa, thank you, Baba. I told you I'll have a mentor behind me that will make sure things right on well. Odette Oshofa. It's not English, I think it's French. Our technical team are just getting ready, and they'll be showing us some more clips for us to have to see Papa from another perspective, from another angle. So we'll learn one or two. We just don't want you to watch, but we want you to watch and learn and readjust yourself and think about this race that you are in, and think about the various teachings that have been handed down to you. How are you using it? How are you maximizing the use of your God? Papa Shofa maximize the use of his God. And that's why we're all still able to say, even in this day and age, the God of S.B.J. Oshofa, the same God that created the heaven and the earth, is still working mightily in our midst. The family have told us how God used him for various miracles at Tropak, even in the Republic of Benin, in Nigeria. As we go on another journey of discovery, continue to go on this journey with me. I told you to have your pen and paper ready and make some notes. If I were you, I will make notes. I will make notes for a prayer. You see, when you hear about men of God that God has used to do wondrous things, it is for you to use them as a connection to talk to God, so that God will answer your own prayer. So that God will make you an answer even to a question. So you will discover who you are in God, your identity in God. I pray, may we not lose out in this journey. I know if you have any question that you want to ask, if you have anything you want to say before we for our technical team, you can put your hand up on Zoom. You can come to our social media handle, put your comment in, and we'll read it. Even these short clips, what have you learned? What has God instilled in you? How do you see this man again? I see him as a man who would work to perfect all that God has instilled in him. And a man who makes sure that those who he is responsible for will not lack in any way, shape, or form. We are ready to go again on another journey of discovery. We're hearing from papas, seniors, and juniors. Remember, the program is Reverend S.V. Joshua, a tabernacle that cannot be taken down, from the studio of GTG Board and Bold TV. Thank you. Let's go on a journey.
My name is Olatosho Matthew.
My name is Deborah Bolashire Oshofa. I went to Farragut Girls College in Anton for my secondary school.
I'm blessed with 5 kids, married, presently the shepherd in charge of CCC International Brothers Church K2.
I can say I am the 27th born of my father. We were many, we don't count children in Africa. I can say I'm between 27th and 28th born of Papa. Papa had 54 kids, 24 male, 24 female. I went to Federal Government Girls College, Langtang, Plateau State for my secondary school.
Though Papa was, when you talk about family, you talk about his wife and his children.
Yes.
How he used to relate with all of them in oneness. Yet he was a polygamous man. If he had not been, I wouldn't have been born for him. My mother happened to be his seventh wife. So you can imagine if you were not a polygamous man, Tosha wouldn't have been born for SBG Oshofa. So I give kudos to him wherever he is.
The Papa I grew up knowing, they want us to put so much of him being a pastor on us. He wanted us to forget whatever we saw him doing. What am I trying to say? Some children who had Papa as their father would have been too proud. They would have been too conscious of who their father was, but our father didn't allow it. He wanted the best education for all his children. Until he died, we had the best.
Was a man that never regarded a child different from another child. He put all of us together in one love, and he would tell us always, "I'm you fear big on me, and that is why we do not have that much an extended family. Yes, we have uncle, but with one, he was the only one who was bearing Oshofa. So any Oshofa you hear all over the world, there is nothing like Uncle Kontoma Oshofa for me. Because one was me, the only sister only Elizabeth Oshofa who fell Goton. So by marriage want to lose the birth name. So we never had any direct uncle or anyone we could call a direct family. That was one of the mystic of SBG Oshofa himself. Now, Papa, we were many as children, and not as many as people would say. We were a little over 50. And by the grace of God, I personally, I can name all my siblings and my elder ones one by one. Mother with the children, mother with the number, I can name them from the first down to the last by the grace of God.
I had 4 sets of sisters. We call ourselves 4 princesses of Oshofa. Sister Fumilayo Oshofa, Regina Oshofa, Yemi Oshofa. Papa told us we are princesses. He told us Celestia is a kingdom bigger than any kingdom of this world, and he's the king of Celestia.
I was born in 1970, like I said earlier. Papa passed away to the great beyond in 1995. Meaning what? I was in bed. I was about 15 years plus. So a child of 15 years should know a bit about his father. 15 years of those years, 15 years, 35 years ago, you can imagine. Then I used to school in Benin Republic. Anytime we came on holidays there, don't forget Papa left Benin early 1976 for Nigeria, which he never returned to Benin until he passed away. So we that were schooling there in Benin, on holidays we will come and see him either in Makoko then or in Ketu here in his house. And I remember then that anytime early in the morning, we used to go to collect our welfare money, early money. On my share kobo, sinu apo. The tomati share dada, tomati bebe, on my next expedi, abi email, oda, tomati bode, to bala ma nowo, tawama ba owo. àti ọmọ Ọ̀ṣọ́fà àti ẹni tí kì í ṣe ọmọ Ọ̀ṣọ́fà. Gbogbo àwọn àdúgbò yìí pátá nígbà yẹn kò sẹ́ni tó gbowó lọ Papa. That was how humanitarian he was and generous he was also. He was not a selfish man, or he was not a greedy man. He was a man with an open heart. He was a man of the people, not the family alone. But all this area, Papa was a man that people were reckoning with. So early in the morning, a máa lọ àti àgbàlagbà tó wà náà Papa ní mo lọ́wọ́ àgbàlagbà kan mẹ́ta ló lọ́wọ́ yìí. No matter what, àti àgbàlagbà tó ọmọdé ọmọ akun owó yẹn lè wà lọ́wọ́.
So I grew up with everything a princess needed. I went to the best schools. There was nothing I needed our father didn't give.
You cannot be dull by his side. Ọmọ wa jokes kan. Ọmọ wa jokes kan tó máa gbélé. Ọmọ wa nǹkan kan tó máa sọ tí okay, you will learn. Òótọ́ ni o, but you will learn.
Papa was jovial to a fault. You know, when you're around a man that everybody feels is this, is that, and you see that when you're with him, you begin to wonder, is this the man everybody says so much about?
For it. Then, no matter how much busy he was, he had time for his children. That was why he was the one to man fún wa lówó oúnjẹ fúnra wọn. He never delegated anybody to give us money. Àwọn gan ló máa jókòó sí òkè. Yes, that man gbàdúrà yẹn lè sa àwọn ló máa jókòó síbẹ̀. Okay, gbogbo ọmọ máa wá máa fún wọn lówó ní ẹ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan. And wọ́n sọ fún wa wípé ìyá yìí kì í ṣe ìyá ẹ̀. Ìyá yìí kì í ṣe ìyá ẹ̀. Though he was a polygamous, he sowed that love, that seed of love. Àmọ́ kò sí bí àwọn ọmọ Ṣọ́fà ṣe lè jà tó ẹ má dá sí àárín wọn di ọ̀la. Tẹ bá dá sáàárín wọn pé ẹ fẹ́ ẹ̀yin lẹ máa jẹ̀bi gbẹ̀yìn. Because at the end of the day, we will still sit down, we will iron it out. Because bàbá yẹn ti gbin ìfẹ́ sí àárín wa. Dọ̀la àwọn màmá mi tó yìí wà láyé. Bó ti wù kọ́ àkọ́dẹ̀ màmá mi yàtọ̀ sọ because Papa ò sọ fún wa wípé ọmọ ìyá báyìí ni we all used to eat the same thing. Of course, kò sí bó ṣe rẹ̀ rí ìkùnsínú lè wà. But there's always a miraculous way.
He used to attend to people up here. When we go up, I say, "Omo tani wo?" I say, "Papa, omo iya mi to me." My sister may say, "Omo Magini." I say, "No. Èmi Ọ̀ṣọ́fà ni mo bí yín." He wanted love within his family. And the only way he could do it was make us forget our mothers. And our center point was on Papa. So till I grew up, nobody knew my mother. Because you won't find me near my mother. That was what my father was.
But something happened one day. Èmi àti ẹ̀gbọ́n mi kan kí n fọwọ́ kọ̀ bó láṣẹ o. A fẹ́ gbowó láàárọ̀ ọjọ́ yẹn. Àwọn papa bá ní ẹ̀yin ọmọ tẹ́ bá dàgbà. Tẹ́ bá ń jẹ 10 naira ní owó iṣẹ́. Èló lẹ máa fún èmi. Èló lẹ máa fún ìyá yín. Èló lẹ́yìn gan máa tọ́jú. Gbèsè tèmi jẹ bàbá mi lèmi sọ fún ẹ̀yin wa ẹ̀ ń bọ̀ wá san fún àwọn ọmọ yín. These are the jokes that he used to make. We were kids, we were younger, we were small, but at the same time, kìíní ìṣúná wà lórí àfi ọmọ tó wá fẹ́ àkúyà lókun. Ẹnu wọn tó wá gbé ọmọ Ṣọ́fà kò yẹ kó yà hùn because Papa never taught us to be greedy or to be selfish. Wọ́n kọ́ wa láti lawọ́ to everybody. So that morning, èmi kọ́kọ́ dà mo ní Papa, mo ní tí n bá dàgbà, ẹ má jẹ 10 naira. Máa fún ẹ̀yin Papa ní 6 naira. Máa fún ìyá mi dùn 3 naira. Èmi á tọ́jú 1 naira. Papa náà ọmọ gidi. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi yẹn kí n fọ́kọ̀ bò láṣìírí. Ìyẹn ní Papa ẹ ti lówó. Máa fún yín ní 1 naira. Máa fún ìyá mi ní 5 naira. Èmi kan á tọ́jú 4 naira. Papa náà ọmọ burúkú dídé. These are the jokes that he used to make. But they were meaningful jokes. I remember then,
Then another thing about Papa, tí wọ́n bá dàgbà tó bá pa 10 naira, èlò ló máa fún èmi Ọ̀ṣọ́fà. Àwọn bá ti bá pa 10 naira, màá fún yín ní 5 kobo, màá mú 2 kobo, màá fún yà. A ní rárá, èmi Ọ̀ṣọ́fà ni mo náwó sí lórí. Wàá fún mi ní 9 kobo, wàá fún ìyá ẹ ní 2 kobo, ìwọ fún 8 kobo. That was Papa. He was jovial to a point.
That's what most people forget. Like when they keep, this day people keep attacking that man. I tell people always, why do you attack Oshofa? You attack Oshofa because you want to prove that you are wiser or more intelligent or holier than Oshofa. And holier than thou, you are the most sinful person. If you could be holier than the one that God chose to give that mandate to establish this church, automatically it's better for you to go establish your own. He was a man, he was a king. That was when he back on Joba. Yes. I heard on cassette about the one who was Joba, most of one week, Monty Joba no Christy. On the one Joba, most of one Monty Joba no Christy, need Joba. So he was a king. So on the cover ní kíní kan, wọ́n kọ́ wa láti bẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run. Wọ́n kọ́ wa láti sìn. That is why in those days, tó máa fẹ́ lọ sí ìrìn àjò, Papa will not go on a mission. So a kó àwọn ìyàwó àti gbogbo àwọn ọmọ ìdání.
He was building that White House and we went there disturbing him. So he just said, "Skinny Molly, he just said, ẹ wá, ẹ lọ bá àwọn ìyá yẹn ní pé mo ní kẹ́ gbà Rodon wá." We were so young, I didn't know what a Rodon was. So all of us, we ran downstairs. We went and said, "Mommy, Papa make her gbà Rodon from one room to another." It's maybe about 2 hours we were tired. They said, "No, so Papa gbà Rodon ti jáde." So by the time we got there, we were tired. Papa wọ́n sọ pé Rodon ti jáde, lọ sọ fún ìyá yín pé kó fún yín lóúnjẹ ọ̀sán. Definitely the next thing is you will sleep.
Anytime Papa was going, either revival, either gbẹ̀ngbà míì, a lè bá wọn lọ sí Iléṣà, a lè bá wọn a kó gbogbo ìyàwó, a kó àwọn ọmọ dání, sódà ká wo nǹkan tí òun ò ṣe, ká tó òun bá ti lọ. Come on, let me yes, okay. Àwọn ọmọ yìí wọ́n ṣe ìfẹ́ bàbá wọn. There are many things that one, and funny thing again, he had properties, but he never taught us to share his inheritance. Up to now, only. The properties are still there. After 5 years after, Papa would everything is there, and the family is still married. Just to show you the type of love. Only imagine, okay, a young people 50. Property only. So that is someone continue to Thomas. Then
the other time he was eating, I went there because we love to eat with him. But he won't eat with us in the same plate. After eating, I know egg we found on the content. But that day was with Papa Biasi, Papa just Ajali Koko, Papa Bada. And he told us, he said, sorry, I'm talking of 7, 8 years. Normal us. Papa ń sọ pé àbí Mama John ti jáde. Rárá ẹ lọ bá ìyá yín sẹ̀. So kọ́ tó dé wọ́n ti jẹun tán. That was Papa. Papa didn't have favorites.
Even if Papa had a favorite, do you think he would have said it? No. I'm a father. Favorite to me. Papa never told any child in his lifetime pé ìwọ ni mo fẹ́ jù. We are learned to bá sùn ó lè máa bá àwọn ọmọ sọ̀rọ̀ lójú ìyọ̀ àti lójú àlá. Nípa ìfẹ́ tí mo ní sọ́mọ kan nìkan. But in his lifetime, Papa never told any child, okay, ìwọ mo fẹ́.
I was 12 years when Papa died. That means I spent first 12 years life with Papa, and I saw him treat every child equal. When you're with Papa, he showed you the best love a father could. When the next person comes, Papa would do the same. So every one of us saw ourselves as our father's favorite because of the way he related to us when we were with him. oh, he didn't Papa lé. He wanted his children around him. So when everybody begins to speak, everybody says, Papa loved me, Papa did this, because he was a father that showed, I don't know how he did it. I think it's a grace of God. He showed love to all his children. Yes, we had our siblings that were older than us. They were closer to Papa in the sense that they were more visible. We younger ones, I say I was struggling with that. I couldn't go to harvest with him. Even when we went to harvest with him, we sat at the back because we were still very young. So some children were more prominent, more visible, but Papa loved all his children the same way.
So Papa never told any child. Yeah, no. To bá sọ wọn kò lè sọ openly. We all lè sọ fún wọn ní kó ron gbe na àwọn ọmọ fẹ́ràn ẹ ṣùgbọ́n má sọ fún ẹnikẹ́ni ó lè ṣẹlẹ̀. But he never told any child openly. When yes, he was more fed you. He never said that.
I attended Mate Nursery Primary School in K2. So whenever I came back home, I think we were put in boarding school. I was 4, my other sister was 5. So in my formative years, I really didn't know Papa because I was in a boarding house. But when I came from boarding house, I remember I sat for Federal Government College Common Entrance. And I was chosen to go to Plateau State. And my mother said no. Everybody said no. Papa said no. I must go. And the day Papa had an accident, the Monday, I was meant to resume in school. He had an accident on 2nd September, I was meant to resume in school. And despite the fact that Papa was involved in an accident, on Wednesday, he sent me everything I needed to go back to school. My fees, money for my provisions, and instructed one of his drivers to take me. That he should tell me that I must go to school. He was in the hospital. He remembered each child had to go to school.
I was stubborn. One day I was when I was born in Cotonou. I need to appreciate my sister Auntie Edith. When I was born, I was in Portmore then. My childhood, I was a handsome boy, very, very handsome. Let me tell you this. Auntie was in secondary school then. On my school, so people believe that I'm going to be me. Auntie Edith come out everyone. So you know, I was on my baby phone. My auntie got going. Oh man, yeah, I want to leave. What did you What do you want? I was dead. Now, some time ago, when I was young, I was very, very stubborn. Very stubborn. So back on, I was living with my uncle. Now he's the professor of cardiology in France, Dr. Professor Akadi Abibu. My mom, younger brother, is still alive. But my child was a bit tough, very, very tough. Unfair, gone. Although one thing by me, but in France, but because I didn't want to stay with him, one salon, you know, I was maybe 11, 12, you know. So, what the Ojoko, one by me, until I'm free me. I'm member, Papa didn't get to me. Again, first time, Papa man no me that oh no, me share you know, he was, apart from that moment, yes, I was stubborn when I was small, very, very stubborn. That was just that moment. On booming like by looking on okay, father to son. Apart from that, believe me, relationship with him was very, very wonderful. I missed that man. Why? You know, I won't tell you the fact up to now. I don't believe he has died. How much my picture because he was a man that I so much love, and up to now, there's no way I will deliver a sermon I will not mention his name. Because I believe that I never saw Jesus. I never saw Abraham, I never saw anybody. Papa Shofa came. He proved to us by our faith. He built in every celestial member and beyond celestial member that Jesus really existed. Until Jesus came by, and we saw it physically. Not only that.
I got to the airport 4th of September 1985, and our resumption date was postponed. That was why I came back home. So I remember that every time, that even while he was sick in the hospital, he remembered a child had to go to school.
One day I followed him to church. Church in my 12, my 2, baby. So it was a Sunday. Mo máa sọ wọ́n máa ń kó wa lọ sí church. Àwọn tí wà ní church wọ́n ṣe wàásù. Èmi lọ rẹ̀ wà níta. Ọjọ́ mi mo ti jẹ wà. Ìyá kan ló jẹ wà yẹn fún wa. Mo mọ ìdílé. I started seeing live skeletons. Ìṣe wọ́n sọ fún yàn. I was about 12, 13. Ọjọ́ tí mo ń sọ yìí, ọjọ́ yẹn ni Zita Tenwe. Ọjọ́ yẹn ni bàbá ẹ̀ wá tọrọ ìyá ẹ̀ wá jẹ́ àbúrò step mommy Fẹ́fẹ́. So part of Fẹ́fẹ́ ilé nìyẹn. That was so me I was mo wà nínú yàrá mú mi lò níbí báyìí. So wọ́n mi rí láti egungun tó ń fẹ́ jí tó ń ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀. So wọ́n sára sọ papa kí papa tọ́ṣọ́ kí wọ́n kí papa ní kàn gbé mi wá. Wọ́n gbé mi débẹ̀. Papa was in the meeting tó ń tọrọ ẹni tí mo ń sọ ń pẹ́ yìí. Papa ní kí n sùn sí abẹ́ ẹsẹ̀ wọn. Mo ṣá sùn síbẹ̀. Wọ́n tún bọ́lẹ̀ tí wọ́n gbẹ́sẹ̀ lé ikùn mi. Wọ́n ṣá wà bẹ́ẹ̀ títí mo sùn lọ. Àti máa fi jí. That chain disappeared. But something happened again in the night. Àtọ́ máa di alẹ́. I was saying the same thing. I was shivering. But ilẹ̀ màmá papa ti wá sí ọ́fíìsì wọn ní other side. So ibi tí pastor ń lò nísìn. That was where he used to stay there. Wọ́n ṣe gbé mi gbẹ̀yìn ibi tó ń tàtú ààrẹ. Wọ́n gbé mi gbàgbé, wọ́n gbé mi gòkè. So mo wọ dining side. Níṣe ni I was really very very sick. Papa dey now on your own the other side. Mi jọ on demarcate ibẹ̀ nígbà yẹn. So ṣe papa ní ọ̀yà kábẹ̀ sí pa ókè. Papa tọ́ṣọ fẹ́ kú. Ọmọ yìí fẹ́ kú ẹ̀yìn dáyàn lóhùn bí tọ́ṣọ ọmọ yìí wà bí báyìí ó máa ń kó lọ. Papa uttered the statement that day.
Then one other thing, when we were growing up, there's this man we call Photo Man, Uncle Thomas. He was Papa's interpreter. So every day the vendors would bring newspapers, and he would come 8:39 to interpret for Papa. So that morning the newspaper man came and Uncle Thomas wasn't there, and I got there. Papa was now telling someone, tomorrow it's the Taluma Kawi for me. I was 11 years. So I said, Papa Moleka. I said, Papa Moleka said, and there were many people there. So I read in English and I interpreted in Yoruba. And I stood up. I wanted to run. I said, what about Thomas back in Kotolo? And I started like 20 minutes later, Uncle Thomas came. When Uncle Thomas came in, Papa said, what's it Kafua? So all eyes were on me. But luckily for me, everything I read and interpreted was the same thing Uncle Thomas read. Papa was now so happy that owó mi ò sọnù. Mo sọ fún yín, mo ní àwọn mi máa débi tí mi ò dé. Mo ní àwọn mi máa jù mí lọ. Ní Ọ̀ṣọ́fà ò kàwé, ọmọ ẹ ti kàwé, you know.
On sọ kìíní kan lọ́jọ́ yẹn. Believe me, that statement was powerful. Immediately gbàgbé statement, I was living with my uncle, late Dr. Monkolu, when a plumber who was there that day, a plumber, one of the Olushomi home plumber family, Ọ̀nà ara mi létí pé tó ṣe wọ́n ti wá. Papa sọ kíní kan lọ́jọ́ mi nígbà. But ọjọ́ yẹn ni that is disappear. Because wọ́n ti fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ sí wọn pé òun wẹ̀ lómi sàn ọmọ ẹ̀ kú mi báyìí. Kò sí bí ayé ṣe máa ń tọ̀ nǹkan. Wọ́n ní àwọn dáhùn èèyàn lóhùn bí ọmọ ẹ̀ máa ti ń kú lẹ́yìn bí báyìí. Or he uttered the statement that got me healed that same day with a prophetic pronouncement in my life. But I will not tell you. Sorry. So it's within father and son. He loved his children and he loved all his wives. But if he had Jenny I'm gonna make sure we pay àwọn ṣètò lẹ̀. I'm gonna make sure we pay àwọn kẹta. I'm gonna make sure. Ọjọ́ tó yẹ kán lásìlẹ̀, yes. Ọjọ́ tí mo ṣe lè rántí. I was with him on Saturday, the 31st, because I came on holidays, and mo lọ bá àwọn ọmọ ní papa àní fẹ́ resume ní September ní lẹ́yìn so ẹjọ́ owó bàtà school shoes, and he told me okay tó bá di Monday. On the spot, a man came. The man said, Papa, mo need ìrànlọ́wọ́. Papa ní ìrànlọ́wọ́ ló fẹ́. Àwọn ní Papa mo printer ni mí. Mi lè gbàgbé láíláí statement ẹ̀. Printer ni mí. Mo ṣe ẹ̀kọ́ṣẹ́ tán ṣùgbọ́n mo fẹ́ ṣí printing shop. Papa ní kí ló wá fẹ́? Ó lóun fẹ́ ra machine. Papa ní èlò ni. Ó ní 15,000 mi lè gbàgbé láí. 15,000 of 1985. Papa ní tó bá di Monday. I wasn't surprised. At least the man tell pé tẹ́ bá fún Papa lówó. Ọjọ́ kan èèyàn kan fún Papa ní owó. In fact, lójú ẹni Papa kí owó yẹn tán. Wá tó pé tán. Ẹni wá bínú. Papa ẹ ó ṣòpé ẹ love me. Papa no má bínú. Èmi ló fún lówó. Àdúrà táwọn èèyàn gbádùn pín owó yẹn tó tán nísìn. Ó gba àdúrà tí wọ́n gbà fèmí. Ó kan ìwọ gan tó fún mi. You can imagine. Ó gba àdúrà tó ń gbà fún mi. Tí o bá fún mi èmi ò ní lè fún yàn. Lójú ẹni sí ojú rẹ̀. Máa ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe máa ń ṣe rere.
A journey of discovery. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for following on. I was so relieved and happy that our English audience this time around were able to follow a bit. But this kind of video that you even have to watch on a second time, just to get a grip of it, just to let it sink in. The children are talking from how Papa has been an humanitarian. They will talk about how jovial he was, how he's trying to build his family in such a way that love triumph. I particularly love it when Superior Senior Evangelist Olato Shofa mentioned that if you try to come in between the Oshofa family, you end up blaming yourself. Because their father has taught them to be as one, to keep the law. What are you teaching your children? What are you teaching people in your circle? Are you the type that causes division? If you watch the stories, the two people that were interviewed at different times, but they were almost saying the same thing. Papa even want them to be financially sound. He wants them to be well educated, but he also wants them to know the value of looking after people in their own circle. I know you've enjoyed it. I have. I have enjoyed it. I'm still going to watch it the second time as well. But there's still more. But it won't be this night. We have taken your time. You know, we want you to ponder on this. Perhaps you might be wondering that it's not that deep. I tell you, if you watch it the second time, you know it's very deep. I thank you for your time, for coming to listen to Papa Seniors and Juniors. Even as we continue with this program tomorrow, Reverend SBJ Oshofa, a tabernacle that cannot be taken down. Our speaker tomorrow is Venerable Supreme Evangelist Olu Ogunsoya. And the topic, Papa Oshofa, a torch bearer. Keep the flame. You see, if you have listened to this man before, you know he always come from different angles. So make it a day tomorrow at 6 p.m. when we'll be listening to our Father in the Lord, the one whom God has brought to us at this time to unravel some mystery about this church, about the pastor founder of Celestial Church of Christ. And on Friday, after the evening service, we'll continue with the interviews of papas, juniors, and seniors. On Monday, the 19th, the D-Day that we remember 35 years ago, when we lowered the body of our father into the ground, to the Mother Earth, and commit his soul into the hand of God. We'll be listening to the topic, Reverend SBJ Oshofa, a tabernacle that cannot be taken down. And the speaker will be our very own Father in the Lord, our very own Babani Baba. Brother Samuel Imola Yomiton, I, Ademola Bolaji, will be a speaker on the 19th. Time still remains 6 p.m. And if you've not listened to all our past videos, maybe you are busy, they are all available on our YouTube page. They're all available on our social media and being displayed on the screen now. Through wordinseasoning.com. And as we bring this to a close tonight, I want to thank everyone for coming. This has come from the studio of GTG Bo. Our motto still remains discipline, diligence, and honesty towards excellence in the things of God. We are all about the truth. We want you to know the truth. God wants you to know the truth. Because it is knowing and practicing that will set you free. We want you to know who you are in God. We want you to know that the heritage given to us, that we need to preserve it. Thank you all for your time. Thank you for coming. And make it a date tomorrow as we continue on another journey of discovery. We are celebrating the 35th anniversary, remembrance of our Father in the Lord, Reverend SBJ Oshofa. I thank everyone tonight, wherever you are on the part of the world, that you have tuned in. I still remain yours humbly, Brother Adegboyega Adekombi. I will meet again tomorrow night. Thank you and